Bloodborne is a normal game, and since I am a normal human and can prove it by selecting all the squares with boats in, I listened to you guys in the comments on my last video when you said you'd love to see me play Bloodborne normally. So, here it is, a totally normal Bloodborne run where nothing that isn't perfectly normal will happen. In other words, this is Can You Beat Bloodborne normally? Hi, I'm Baron, and welcome to Jackass. I gave myself a suitable name, made myself look as normal as possible. Perfect. Picked military veteran as my starter class, and I was good to go. After a perfectly normal night out in Yharnam, I woke up in the STD clinic with a hangover and an angry Tinder date. So, I handled the issue with sensitivity, headed out and up the ladder and travelled to the dream, where I grabbed the saw cleaver and the pistol to kick things into motion. I like to be thorough in central Yharnam to get things off to a nice start, so this is how I route. Here for the mollies, take out these guys, grab the shard, admire the pile of fresh corpses while I warm my cold dark heart by the fire. Another shard, troll the troll, this way to slip past the patrols, and then it's wolf time. You know that saying that there are two wolves inside you? Well, this is kind of like that, only you're inside two wolves. Couple more shards next before going down to the sewers for the cold blood and the outfit. Down again and up for some insight, bullying a girl guide for some cookies, slapping some dogs, and going to check out the sexiest girl in Yharnam. No, not Eileen, I mean the saw spear. After that, I head down to the sewers for one more shard, up the ladder and over the bridge, down to the pig for 5 fingers of fun, and back up the shortcut elevator to unlock the house and grab the last shard. Simple stuff, and all perfectly normal, as I'm sure you'll agree. A few levels and a +2 saw spear later, and it was boss time. Cleric beast up first, and this is simple stuff. Shoot his head at the start of the fight for a free visceral, throw some mollies at him. Okay, maybe don't do that. Just hit him till he dies or something. Nice and easy. Time for family member avocado paste next, and this fight's a slightly different story. But there is an item that can make this a lot easier. The music box. You see, Father G likes nothing more than the sound of a music box. He likes it so much that you should play it 3 times at the start of the fight to make him really happy. Once he's really happy, it's time to duke it out. If you fight him upstairs, there are no tombstones to get stuck on, and then it's just a matter of dodging his attacks and punish it.
And like that, he's gone.
Yep, that's completely normal. No issues there. With Gaza dearly departed, I opened up Cathedral Ward and took out the trash before heading down to Old Yharnam to assemble a fine collection of bloodstone shards and dead furries. For once, I had no beef with Machine Gun Kelly, so I left him on the roof to shout at the sky like a weirdo and headed inside the whatever this building actually is. Here's a little trick if you want to clear out some of the mobs downstairs easily. Throw a pungent cocktail downwards in this spot, hit this thing, and enjoy the delicious smell of Texas barbecue. With everything opened up, you should have enough shards to +3 your pointy boss fucker in time for its hot date with Susie Skinflaps. BSB is a boss that a lot of new players can find tricky at first, but there are lots of easy strats that work. Aside of the good old cocktails into the corner trick, BSB is pretty simple to avoid, and you can pretty much just walk round most of her moves without even dodging, which leaves her open for backstabs as well. Or, of course, you could just parry her.
Oh no, I think I forgot to buy milk. I'll be back later. Bye!
Huh, I guess she had a prior appointment. Seems normal to me. Now that BSB had joined Gascoigne in the Great Out of Bounds, I could head to the old workshop, grabbing the badge and the twin shards on the way, before dropping down for some beef jerky and some free money, opening all the gates in the ward, picking up this gem, which is pretty good for this stage in the game, as well as more twin shards, returning to the dream to sell the doll set for, holy fuck, how much? And levelling up. Eileen told me not to do something, so of course it's the first thing that I did, which resulted in Henrik having a rather unfortunate accident and spilling his own blood everywhere. And then it was off to Hemwick to clear it out and strip it clean of upgrade materials. I initiated the boss fight, pieced the fuck out of there, took out the first hunter to the right of the cathedral, not on a date or anything, I just wanted some bolt paper. Grabbed some more twins down the way and went home to +6 my sword spear and spend all my insight because ignorance is bliss. Here's the easiest way to kill the witches, who of course are otherwise one of the hardest bosses in the game. Pop a pellet and some fire paper, into the room, go left, get behind the first witch, backstab, but don't visceral, wait for her to recover, and backstab again. Rinse and repeat, but don't kill her, and then run to the opposite corner of the room to do the same to the second witch, but do it to her till she dies. Finally, finish off the first one. Easy peasy eyeball squeezy, which of course meant it was now time for the Shadows of Yharnam? Nier Automato Automato is a fantastic game, mainly because of moments like this one. However, despite being a masterpiece of robot butt cheeks, it's let down by its annoying top-down minigames, and Bloodborne is no different. To start the first minigame, you just need to go up here, down here, over here, and oh yeah, down here. There we go. Then, the objective of the game is to reach the end of the course without tearing all your hair out and weaving it into a noose to hang yourself with. There we go. Okay, give me a sec, guys. BRB.
We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible.
Alright, I'm back. Did I miss any? Oh, hey, we're here. The woods were as shitty as ever. Patches gave me a nut. No, not like that. I detoured to the clinic to grab the Canehurst summons and clear out their drugs cabinet, and headed to Canehurst for some early chunks. One here, and one here. In case you didn't know, you can jump off in this spot to skip all of the outside section and reach the shortcut lever much faster. I made my way onto the roof to collect the remaining items in the area, but I had no intention of fighting Magic Daddy right now, so I just had to find my way back down. Yep, I think it's this way. Uh-huh. Right. Definitely here. I'm Baron's Castle, and I'm here today to tell you about the new Beast Raw multi-surface cleaner. Do you have a problem with unwanted bullets? Just spray them away with the fast-acting power of Beast Raw.
So wonderful.
Bang! And the bullets are gone.
Amazing.
Beast Raw.
Disclaimer, Beast Raw may not work with cannons.
I'm back with a +7 sword spear, bishes, and I'm not afraid to use it badly. People say that the second section of the woods can be confusing, but that only really applies to the end. At first, all you really have to do is run down the main path past everything, and you can swerve up and down this little hill to avoid the snake bunches on the way. Turn left at the end, go and grab yourself a couple of useful runes, and then it's the complicated part. Right, let me just check the wiki for this. One sec. Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. Duh. It's obviously up here, over here, yep, through here, cross here, run at this tree, jump here, around here, and yep, down here. Shit, hold up, I'm not ready yet. Okay, I'm ready now. This should be hype. Let's go! Holy shit, that was close. Bergenworth was small and disappointing, just like my so I zoomed through, grabbed the key, and watched Willem sadly succumb to old age.
I want Spider-Man!
Rom was looking even more deliciously fluffy than usual. I put all her babies to bed, popped some Viagra, and gently stroked her face until I was ready for action. To be fair, she took it like a champ, even coming back for seconds, until she finally let me finish her off. Follow my Tumblr for more Rom erotica. The moon did its thing, and I was whisked away to Yharnam, where I collected some useful items for the run, as well as the upper Cathedral Ward key, and I hit the second lamp. Now, I've obviously only played this game once or twice before, so, you know, my memory gets a little hazy at times, and I need to check the wiki for directions. Let me see. Yeah, Cathedral Ward next. Oh, hey Eileen, what you doing here? Oh.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
You seem to understand. We are locked in here with you.
That's it! You're locked in here with me!
Well, that's awkward. GG, dumbass. With Amelia out of the way, the rest of Yharnam was unlocked for me, so I went back to check it out. Hello? Hey, guys? Guys? Come on now, where did you all go?
Plague-ridden rat!
Fair enough, guess I'll just head through the gate. Oh. No probs, I'll just take the elevator. Oh, part 2. Time for the wiki again.
Getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Sorry about that. There isn't supposed to be a boss there. My game must have glitched or something. Oh well. Take 2. That's better. I travelled to the lecture building, killed some Harry Floppers, and met Patches, who showed me some of his cute dance moves. Ooh, that one was really close. Good try, little fella. Can you not? Yuck. I'd tell you all about what a fun time I had in the Nightmare of Menses, but running is my idea of literal hell. And then it was time for Mikalash, which of course meant I swept through the first section of the DLC instead because, and repeat after me, fuck Mikalash. Nah, I'm kidding, he's just a big pussycat really. So here is how to Mikalash like a pro. Mikalash's biggest weakness in Phase 1 is, well, Mikalash. Or you could just sidestep and punish him like a boring bastard. Gumba stomp him to kick off Phase 2 and it's more of the same. If he tries to call Beyonce on you, you've got 3 options. Hit him as he's raising his hands to stun him out of the move. Dodge towards him as he casts, or simply congratulate him on being such a clever little boy. Who's daddy's little genius? Well done, Chastity Head. Forget Miko, forget the wet nurse. The real boss of Menses is clearly this bridge. But not all is lost. Winter lanterns can be parried, even though the window is tighter than spandex or Nikocado avocado. And if you visceral while the frenzy procs, the iframes will save your butt. They're well worth killing as they drop the best gems in the base game outside of chalices. While we're on the subject, if you want to Bloodborne properly, you probably should learn to parry. We all know about the obvious things you can parry, like, you know, pigs, or sharks, or Lady Maria's blood lance attack, or, of course, the watchdog of the old lords. But did you know you can parry dogs? Well, sort of. You can even send the Keeper of the Old Lords straight to heaven with a well-placed parry. You're with the angles now, honey. XOXO. Anyway, back to the business at hand. Now I had a blood rock, I could +10 my weapon and open up the rest of Murgo's loft. I don't tend to personally indulge in the old pig glove strat, but if farming for echoes is your bag, then just backstab the first one and lure the other 2 to the shadows to get carved into bacon. Otherwise, there's more chunks en route to opening the shortcut. With the final stretch breathing down my neck like Joe Biden, I decided to go and take on a couple of optional bosses before venturing into the DLC proper. Amy first, so it was off to the Nightmare Frontier. Now, this shouldn't take long. Just use the shortcut and... Oh, yeah, I need to open it still. Silly me. Okay, let me just sit down and make some tea first. BRB. Alright, I'm back. Let's... Well, okay then, that works too. Time for Amy then. Yep, that was definitely Amy. Upper Cathedral Ward next, where I admired the beautifully detailed skybox, abused blue elixir to obtain a key, and made the cosmos's worst boss turn blue dabba-dee-dabba dead. My pet alien needed some exercise, so I took him for a walk. Keep up, mate, or you're going to bed with no dinner.
But Nan...
And I prepared myself to face a true eldritch horror. The realisation that I'm a grown adult who plays video games and makes bad jokes about them for a living. Oh, yeah, and Ebby as well. My go-to strat for fighting her normally revolves around staying unlocked and working on her right flank while punishing the head slams, sort of like this. Or, you could just confuse the shit out of her by playing Taylor Swift's greatest hits.
I remember when we broke up.
She loves a bit of Tay-Tay.
Please don't stop the music.
Personally, I like to do the DLC before Murgo, because that way there's extra lore dialogue for me to ignore completely. Vosefka willingly gave me some snacks for the rest of my journey, and then it was time to return to the Hunter's Nightmare to ride a horse into the ground before sending it to the glue factory. So, here's how to Ludwig.
The name of the game is to hit and not get hit. I didn't come into this sport to take punishment. I came into this sport to be smart and to lead with a sharp mind.
I dispatched the two hunters by separating them and killing the sword one downstairs, and took the elevator up to the research hall. Might as well grab some chunks while I'm here. Okay, come here, you little git. That'll do nicely. Cheers.
It just works.
The research hall is my favourite area in the entire game. So, of course, I'm going to go through it as fast as possible. Here's how I route unless I need any of the items in the area. Up the stairs, take a left, in here and up the ladder, pretend the angry thing isn't there, up the stairs, wait for IV patient number 2, shoot here, bye lad, was nice knowing ya, scooch up and turn the stairs, and GTFO. Turning the stairs automatically opens all the shortcuts to the boss, so no reason to go back down. The living failures are, of course, the hardest boss in the game, but there are strategies to make them easier, like hitting them a lot, or using a bone blade to make them hit each other. Or obviously, like most things in the game, they can be parried, like this. Seems perfectly normal, they are the hardest boss in the game after all. I treated myself to a level or two, and it was time for you-know-who. Hold up, let me just grab my tissues. Now, as everyone knows, the fearsome Lady Maria is 100% resistant to everything except being fisted to death. And this is definitely true, and not just an excuse for me to fantasize about what I'd do to Maria. Was that good for you, baby? Speaking of babies, I knew another one that needed calming down. So, I worked my way through Fishville to clear a path to my most fearsome nemesis yet. I should probably go and do Lawrence first though, right? The whirligig saw that you find in the DLC is a great weapon for fighting Lawrence with, due to its serrated damage and high stagger potential. As you can see, Lawrence can't even touch me. That one's payback for the 300 plus attempts at BL4, you hairy fucking ballsack.
You know me, the fighting freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gonna let it get to me, I'm just gonna creep. Down in Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my little speed. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet.
Another one.
Emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory.
Another
I try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley.
Another
They seem happy, but they sure try to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crack. I'm hearing someone saying you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper.
Dear Diary, I made a new friend at the beach today. His name is Orphan and he is lovely. We had such fun together. Oops, hold up, that one's private. You weren't meant to see that. Thank the Lord it's almost over. Wet Nurse up first, and this really is one of the simplest bosses in the game. Just dodge left on everything and trample her dress. A nightmare phase would be really scary if you couldn't just, you know, dodge it. Ooh, nice try. So close. For reasons unknown, this caused the dream to spontaneously combust, which made Gurman irrationally angry. So it was time for the final showdown. You gotta watch out for Gramps though, his mind isn't all there and he tends to wander off sometimes. Whoops, see? There he goes. I told him to come back down, but he seemed to be on the fence about the whole thing, so I showed him how a real hunter goes about their business. The Moon Presence said, "Hello, hello, hello, what's all this about then?" And I prepared myself for battle. Okay, this is different. Yep, in for a penny, in for a pound. The annoying flappy squid thing died. I bathed in the cold grey light of wherever the fuck this place is, and it was over. I had beaten Bloodborne completely normally. Now, it's just a matter of triggering the final cutscene, and I think we're done here.
Hey, you. You're finally a squid.